Hi everybody, I'm in my main garden. Some lilies there coming up in the pot. An empty bed that's going to get tomatoes in it. And now it has Orion in it, yes. Here I have lots of lovely reseeded cilantro coming up in those 3 totes. And I have 3 other totes that I still haven't planted those potatoes in. I have just a few potatoes from the grocery store that I'm going to plant. There's the catmint, some blueberries. Slowly getting a little bit done. I just keep throwing stuff in the pathways. Weeds and twigs and to rake it all up. But in here I have some golden peas planted, snow peas. So hopefully they will grow and I will get some. The pretty little dianthus and chives, lots of chives growing. Oh, so much to do. This is garlic. I believe it's Chesnick Red, which doesn't seem to be doing all that well. I've never grown that kind before, but I mean it's not terrible. It's just yellowing. Maybe the bed is too wet. That's a possibility. But clearing stuff out. There's Gus. More bed emptying here. Just a little bit here and there, trying to get it all done. I had all this lamb's quarters come up from seeds down here at the end of the garden. And then over there, there's a Rebecca, a black-eyed Susan that just decided to come up. So they're very welcome to come up. There's the cats acting crazy in my flower beds. So many weeds. Well, they're not really, well, they are weeds, but I have a columbine, a red wild columbine coming up here, scarlet columbine, some irises, and then I have elderberries there, and wilders there. I'm actually going to go to Lowe's possibly tomorrow and buy a metal trough to actually set on top of this garden, because it just doesn't seem to want to grow anything, and so I'm going to set a bed on top and then fill that in, and hopefully it'll make it easier on my back, and hopefully some peppers will grow in it, or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what I'm planting in it, but chances are it could be peppers, because you know I'm crazy pepper lady. So I have some sorrel coming up there. Very delicious lemony French sorrel. So there's, oh, look at, there's Algernon. I don't know if you can see him, but he's in my sedge patch. He likes to hide in there like a bird in a nest, don't you, honey? I keep wanting to dig it out and get rid of it, but he likes to sit in it like a bird. And there's Wilder, so it's kind of really cute. But I had lavender plants here that did terrible, so I ripped them out. They didn't come back this year. So that's why I'm going to get a raised bed put here. And there's the French court, waiting for me to buy some fresh lavender to try again. And in those tires I actually have gooseberries. Currants or gooseberries, I don't know which. But they've come back. They're starting to leaf out. Right, Algie? Yes, he's in his nest. And I'll show you. Look, it's getting, I think it's gooseberries. Can you see the shoots? Yeah, I thought they were done for, but they seem to have survived yet another season, so give them some compost to freshen up their dirt and see what happens. My grandmother always had many soft fruit bushes in her property, like gooseberries and stuff, and I really want them to. So hopefully they live. And blueberries, putting on their flowers. This will be the future cucumber bed, one of them. Anyway, my whole point, that's all bee balm coming up, was coming out to show you these celandine poppies that are growing here. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? I had planted a celandine poppy in that little triangle there, and a few years ago, and came out one August afternoon after it had been like 100 degrees and found that a armadillo had dug it up, root and all, and it proceeded to die. And I thought, oh shoot, there goes my celandine poppy. But the next spring these came up from seed, and oh boy, they are gorgeous. I just can't get a good picture here. See if I block the sunlight some with my body. I just had to get them on film. God, they're so beautiful. This is the most beautiful they've been, and since I've tried to grow them, and I just love them. So that's awesome. Yeah. But so much to do, so much to do. More blueberries here. I do hate to say, but a lot of the buds did get damaged in that hard freeze the last time it happened on my blueberry bushes, so catnip is everywhere. Chives, again, love my chives. So this bed will have tomatoes in it also. Tomatoes over there. This is actually a bed full of saffron crocus and chickweed and purple dead nettles and henbit and cleavers also, but I leave them because I munch on them in the spring, so, but I'll have to weed those out. And normally I'd build a bean structure over this and plant beans on top of the bulbs, but I didn't get any crocus last year blooming, so I've decided that is probably a bad thing to do. So no beans here this year. Just let the crocus go dormant in the summer, so there'll be nothing in this bed. Oh, that's going to be hard, but I'll survive. So hopefully this fall I will get a very nice saffron harvest of the threads. Here's a pretty pot of chives. Last year I planted chives everywhere because I love chives. There's a big patch over there and a bunch of patches down there. Yeah, but it's getting there. Oh, a lot of manual labor for me to do. Oh, look how pretty! Look at this big pot of violets blooming. Can you see them? Oh, they're beautiful. I'm gonna eat one. Ow. So yummy. Okay, I'm gonna eat two. but they're beautiful. Hard to see in this late afternoon sun, but very, very pretty. Here's a geranium. An actual geranium. A wild, not a pelargonium, but a geranium. Yeah. Anyhow, and these cats get crazy. This bed is a mess, but it's got wild Tartarian asters and garlic chives and crocosmia growing in it. A little bit of feverfew. Yeah. One day I'll have to redo it someday, but it's probably been like that for... This bed is probably the oldest bed in the garden. It's actually made from an old door frame, and so it's been there about 7 years probably, maybe 8. Same with this bed. Yeah. And then I planted more snow peas here in this bed. I'm not thinking that they probably will not be able to grow to maturity before they start producing snow pea pods, because I will plant tomatoes here in a month or so. So that might have been a mistake, but we'll see. And then over here, here's some pretty red sorrel growing, a nice patch. More violets coming up. Wild daisies. That is a wild St. John's wort. It's actually beautiful. I like it much better than the the cultivated seeds I grew. They just make a spreading mess, but this grows very nice and erect, and I really like that. So, fennel, bronze fennel. Yeah. Lots of pretty things going on here in the garden. Thought I'd share. This is the future home of my celery. Yay, celery! There's Cosimo and Gus. And my fig tree, which you really can't see, but got a pretty harsh haircut this winter. And then this circle bed, oh jeez, it is a mess. It's got foxgloves in it. Foxgloves, and there's some blackberry lily in it, which I love, but it's messy. Messy. I feel like I need to put something in here, like a vegetable or something. Grow a squash in it. There's the St. John's wort that I grew from seed, and it's very sloppy. It's a sloppy plant. And this apple mint, ugh! I pull it out everywhere. But, yeah. So that's what's going on out here. Thought I'd share and let you know, say hey. Hey. And I came out also to plant radishes in this trough. So I planted those seeds. And need to water them in. I planted this, a Japanese wasabi radish. It was a free seed, so that was nice. I planted French breakfast radishes. I planted my favorite, which are these melange Polish radish. Yummy. They're purple. Dark purple. Really, they're yummy. I want to plant more of them. But, and I also planted this pretty China rose radish. Isn't that pretty? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So, anyhow, that's what's happening here. Let you guys get on with your lives. Have a good night, and we will see you in the next video. Alright, love you. Bye.